done that. Hey, but what do I know? I wrote this and won that. Oh, but what do I know? I got degrees and went to schooling. But what do I know? Survived backstabbers and Judases. But what do I know? I've been out here, man. I've been doing this. Let's get to the dough. I've been showing it. I've been proving it. I'm ready to go. Discuss the what, whys, and the who did it. Let's get to the show. This podcast just might be the go. Oh, but what do I know? Shot we doing? Okay. What's up, y'all? Welcome to But What Do I Know podcast. It's your girl Rukus.
And your boy TREY SMITH. I don't really got no nice introduction. We gonna get straight to it on this one because y'all need to learn. Y'all need to goddamn learn.
That's kind of where we at with it. I'm in Facebook jail right now. Like, so like a lot of this that we're gonna be doing is addressing some of the social media fouls and stuff that are happening right now. But I'm gonna go on record and say I didn't do shit. For once, I'm in Facebook jail for something I didn't do. I didn't do anything. Like, I literally was in the middle of a very adult, normal, regular conversation, and I made a comment that was complete sarcasm. The person I was speaking with understood. However, whatever's reading Facebook comments did not understand it and took it as hate speech about women instead of a sarcastic comment. So
she's not lying at all. I seen it. I haven't. We have no idea what the hell she did, y'all. Sorry. So.
I disputed it. They upheld it. I'm in Facebook jail. So I got a week of not being able to post. So I was mad shit. I want to talk. So if y'all see me quiet, it's by force. I'm not scared of talking shit to all y'all. Especially the people that I've been talking shit with all week is the Bronco fans.
Oh, man, we ain't got to
no, we're not going there. We're not going there. I refuse to go there. Like, here's the thing.
Like this.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I am a born and raised Raiders fan. Y'all already know that. People that know me knows that. You know what I'm saying? I'm Lakers, Raiders, Dodgers, period. It is what it is. I'm not originally from here. When I got into sports, I already liked LA teams. Get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I live here. That's the dumbest comment I've ever heard. People be like, oh, you live here, so you should like the team. Fuck no. That's not how any of this goes. I like the team that I was raised to love. That's how it goes. It's all about your upbringing, and that's how that goes. So, right. All that to say, I'm in Facebook jail. I didn't do anything, but it actually keeps me from venting and saying some of the things that I was going to be saying, now to you guys. So it kept me from, like, cussing y'all, preventing myself from even being able to do this live. So, and I can't go live on my page anyway. I'm banned.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So, what we're here to talk about, guys, today's topic is from the horse's mouth, and the reason is because y'all are tripping on social media. Like, I'm thinking that y'all really don't understand how to communicate anymore, especially in times of grief. And bad news, you know what I mean? Like, just y'all be mad disrespectful when it's some bad news to tell. Like especially when y'all think somebody has a little bit of celebrity. So We kind of gonna talk about social media and celebrityism and just growing up in this little ass box town where everyone knows everyone and the audacity that some of y'all take because of that. So, ready to talk about it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and before we start this, I definitely want to say we want to give our heartfelt condolences, thoughts, and prayers to the family of DJ Blackout, Breon Riley, for those of y'all that know him. And he's part of what's going on with social media. He's definitely a part of this conversation. We're gonna talk a lot about just different experiences we had with, like we said, Audacity is getting sold for free on the side of the highway or some shit. Is what I feel like. So
something,
yeah,
something's going on. Like I think it's like I said, that's the celebrityism piece that I wanted to talk about. Like it sucks to be known in this town. You know what I mean? It's already small enough of a black population to where everyone knows everyone. But unfortunately, within that small population, there are people who are more popular. So now you become this little faux celebrity in whatever it is, because you're not really a celebrity. However, you're popular as shit. So that makes you our own personal little hometown hero and puts everybody in your business. No matter what you do, you're in the spotlight. I come from a whole family of them. You know what I mean? Everybody in my family belongs to that y'all. My brother is in that, y'all be staring at my brother all in his business, want to know what he's doing. My sister, like you would think that she would be left alone because she don't really be in the spotlight. But no, y'all need love to know what my twin is doing. Me, y'all love to know what I'm doing, and if you don't know, you just assume. So that's the most interesting thing that y'all do. So, but yeah, like when there's bad news, like y'all don't understand who has the right to talk about bad news when it's not yours. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have news, who's the first person you tell if you find out something fucked up happened to somebody else?
For me personally, it's immediate family. It's immediate family because they're the ones that have to directly deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So when you have outside folks who just randomly want to jump in and know the business, you really have to kind of sort out folks that are like, well, what's going on, and they have a genuine concern, and folks who just want to be the first to say some shit on social media. It's very, very weird that we're not giving, especially when it's something tragic, we're not giving the family the opportunity to speak on it and what's going on and let it be known first. That might be something they don't want to come out at the time. I know when my father passed in July, we were big on making sure everyone who needed to know, we got a hold of first. And we had family in different states that we didn't want to get the social media call that, well, this is how I had to find out,
Right.
So we made sure that everyone who needed to know knew before we said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say something. But I've seen plenty of times y'all are not granting people that same capacity, and I feel like if you say you love someone or they were close to you, a friend, someone you cared about, and y'all had this bond, when something tragic happens, you owe it to that family before anything else to respect whatever their wishes are. Whatever their wishes may be, that you go with first before you make any decision to speak on it. And
I think so too. But I think a lot of the confusion, I think, like I said, goes back to celebrityism, friendship, and all that fun stuff. Like some of the stuff is love for just this person that you know online and you love what they do. So a lot of people like love them as an artist or whatever they did, and so they feel like we were close on that realm. So I'm gonna talk about this because I'm gonna miss them, so I get to share this like it's my favorite person. Like nobody really took a chance to wait to see who knew about Kobe. Nobody took the time to wait to see who knows about Coolio. You just, hey, it happened, I'm gonna tell everybody. You know what I'm saying? You just look up and like I said, the Coolio thing, we found out, and within 2 minutes of reading that story, everybody and their mom was posting pictures, and then they took he was all of a sudden relevant again. Everybody's posting pictures of when they was at the concert, and I remember I was in the studio and Coolio. So it's just like it's
resting gangsters paradise.
Right.
Coolio.
It's just
y'all was wild as
the
shit
thing
on that.
Everybody just feels like I know them, and it's all like it's the hot thing to do is to jump in while everybody is saying their condolences, and just to make sure you throw your little moment out there to be like,
Right.
I knew them too. You know what I mean? And so some people have legit reasons to be upset. You know what I mean? They're some people are closer to people than their family.
Exactly.
So they might feel like, you know, I don't really have to wait on what they family say because that's my brother. I loved him, brother. I love, like, you know what I'm saying? So I can say what I want to say.
Right.
I'm just saying that I praise God that my sister called me first when something was happening with my brother and he was in the hospital. Because y'all, when I sat there and watched my own timeline flood with hanging there Midas and this, that, the third, and I'm sitting there like, it's people in my family that haven't even had a chance. And so we trying to field phone calls and stuff of who wasn't included in the text message. So we're trying to make sure everybody was actually in there somewhere, so we all have this news, because otherwise we got people out there panic stricken and you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden people already RIPing and shit because you don't even know what the hell's going on. All you know is somebody's praying and somebody else is RIPing, and you're like, what the fuck? And so, and you're reading this about your own family member.
Exactly.
Online.
Exactly.
I got to the hospital and almost had to wait to see my own brother because it's people who claim him as their brother that came up there to see him. Now look here. There's some things out there, like, I know you got love for people and you be like, that's my bro, but when it comes to situations where it is their life on the line and it is their actual blood family trying to step in, y'all need to back. This is not y'all really need to understand places and seniority and shit, and especially in times of grief. Like, y'all really be having shit fucked up between bloodline, real actual blood and family, and that's my nigga and that's my sis type family. Like, y'all really gotta understand, like, the order, the picking order shit, and where you really should be when you speaking up on things.
And to be clear, sis and bro ain't the same as sister and brother, because most of us who have siblings, we're not calling our brothers and sisters bro and sis. Right. You know what I mean? Those are people that are like, we've known, typically it's someone we've known for years, have a history with, and we might call them a cousin or bro or sis, but my actual brothers and sisters, I don't call them that. So, you know, the last thing I want to see, and I know there's people around that I hardly ever hear from. I hear from them when they want to talk about how I wasn't such a great friend, and it's like, well, that doesn't give you the excuse to continue to be not a great friend. But I know these are the people that are gonna jump on social media and, oh, not my nigga, and to be completely honest, some of you that I know are gonna do that shit, you're not even invited to the funeral.
Man,
like I got somebody, like, I dead ass have it in paperwork that somebody gonna get up to that podium and run down this list of names that says, these people, if you're here, you need to get up and go. Because I want folks around when I'm gone that actually cared and was around and are like, damn, I'm really gonna miss this person. A lot of y'all, I've had y'all in my inbox about asking me what's going on with a person that y'all either never met or met one or two times, and it's just like, y'all gotta understand, that's not my business to tell y'all. It's not her business to tell y'all. Like, we've both at any point in time have fielded questions that really ain't none of y'all's business. Rather, it's on our end of what's going on with us or what's going on with somebody else. Just because we know that person, it's not our place to tell. Again, that goes back to, like I said, respecting what the family's wishes are.
Right.
You know, I got lucky in the sense of I really didn't have to fight with family when it came to saying something about my father passing. There was 2 or 3 people that we were like, these are the people we're gonna have to be like, what the hell? Right. But even the fact that you have that in mind, that these are the people that you're gonna have to look at and go, oh, well, why would you say this and we ain't even, you know what I mean? It's just the fact that we live in a point in time where we got to think about that. Everybody feels so. Y'all have this weird ass sense of security behind a keyboard on social media that it's like, number one, you feel like you're entitled to everything on social media, and you're not. It's okay for you to not give your opinion on everything. The one thing I can't stand is people who jump on something to say they don't like it. Okay, well, why the fuck didn't you just keep scrolling and going about your business?
Right.
Like, you don't have to point out everything you don't like. That just makes you look miserable. That doesn't bother anybody else.
Some people just look because that's the only engagement they have. You know what I mean? Like, they just really want to argue with somebody because that's the kind of energy that they just have to put out into society. Like, it's got to be some kind of negative, aggressive type stuff to put out there. And it's sad. Like, y'all really, that's crazy. Like, usually if I see something, I'm like, oh, keep scrolling. Like, okay, whatever. That's really not trying. I'm not really trying to have that alter my shit. Like, we back again on like the sports thing, just real fast. Why I'm saying this is because living as a Raiders fan in Denver is amazing to me, because y'all really think I'm gonna change my team because of the shit talk. And it's like, no sport works that way. It's like, that's not how any of this works. So it's like, I've already grown up knowing this team, so I know everything about them. So the same bad things you see, I've seen them. I've owned them. That's still my team. Like, it doesn't matter. So, but the sad part is, I'm in a state where everyone is delusional. I'm sitting here like, I'm in a state where my previous team has beat this state's team pretty much single time. We're ridding the rivalry out of the two. And it's like, okay, I get it. I know football. So I wind up in these conversations on social media with people who don't even know football. You're just a fan of the team. You just know that the Broncos play, but you really don't know football. So I wind up in these weird exchanges with, and it's sadly mostly women, because the men at least know a little bit of what they're talking about. But the women is just, don't be talking about the team. I'm like, what you talking about? Your team is losing in the rivalry. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it goes. If we're going to look at it division-wise, we're the only team you guys have played in a division. You lost it. So you're actually looking at it at the bottom of the division. You're at the bottom of the division. Yeah, you still can build up. So yes, your stats are better, but you're still at the bottom division speaking. And as far as the team goes, like I said, we're winning the rivalry, but there's 5 straight unanswered games. You know what I mean? So I was like, but we're supposed to be the most terrible team. Neither team has been to the bowl. Everybody's talking about, it don't matter, it don't matter. It does. If you're not in the bowl, that's the only game that matters. This is football. I understand that. This is football. The only game that matters is the bowl. So if your team wasn't there, then your team wasn't there. So if I look back at it the last 20 years, your teams weren't there. Mine wasn't either. So the shit is just funny, but it's like the delusion of it all is like, you scrape by wins and then you beat a team that's supposedly the worst in the league, but then you're still ranting that you're the dopest team. And I don't get it. Like, I get fandom. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Social media etiquette wise, understand, yes, you are a fan, but at the same time, you don't get paid. Y'all out here dick riding and crying and stuff over teams of you didn't play. You didn't play. You didn't strap up. You didn't call a play. It is not your coach. This ain't Madden, people. This not Madden. You were not responsible for anything that happened on the field. So if your team won, great. If your team lost, so what? Get off social media trying to really fucking fuck people's days up and arguing. This people really getting into arguing, you know what I mean? Saying like altercations and shit and threats over shit that you didn't play. Y'all don't play. So so being here is just funny like that. So it was like, my garage, if I cared about how people felt about what team I like, do you think I'd have did what I did to my garage? I converted my garage to my she shed, aka the black hole. If you come in there, it's Raidered the fuck out. Everything from ceiling to floor, wall to wall, Raiders. From the glasses to the chairs to the everything in there is Raiders. It is what it is. That's my squad.
I'm wearing my Bronco hat when I go over there just because I know her though. So because that's me.
Right. You know. But the audacity of people that say when I post my shit, oh, that's the wrong squad. Paint your own damn shit. Do your own fucking keep scrolling, motherfucker. Like, paint your own shit. Clearly, this is for the Raiders. So why the fuck is it? This has nothing to do with you. And then it's mostly motherfuckers that don't even have a garage. You don't even have a basement. Motherfucker, you don't even have get your own fucking shit. Do what you want. Paint your car orange and blue. Whatever the fuck you own, do your own shit in your own fucking colors. But keep scrolling, motherfucker. Like, who are these people that decide that's gonna change? I'm
gonna paint my basement orange and blue.
Yeah, do your own shit and then post the pictures and then cuss people out that jump on it like, that shit's dope, but I mean, it's the wrong team. It's not. It's my shit and that's my team. So clearly it's not the wrong team. Paint your own fucking room. If all you own is your room, paint it. If you in an apartment, paint it and then put that shit back before you move out because you really don't own that shit. My difference, that's mine. I do what the fuck I want to. It's mine. I do what I please with that room. So as long as I'm in there, it's a room of celebration. And that's just the kind of person I am. So that's just weird. So that's the party foul for you motherfuckers out there. One, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about in football. If you're going to argue it, know your facts, understand where it came from. If your team was out there and they came in 1960 and you didn't get a fucking championship until 1999, Don't talk shit
Hey, man,
to someone who became a fan in 81.
98.
So, but understand though, 98, 99. But to me, I'm someone who grew up my whole life watching a team never do shit. And I'm the rival team. So we already got 3 rings. So we're looking like, ha ha ha. So you got to understand when I live here, like, y'all, what the fuck? The perception of it all is like, how the audacity of it all. Understand the history before you just arguing just because you love it. And if so, just say, I love my team. They suck right now, but I love my team. Not my shit is dope, but no, they suck. And it's okay to say that. My team is fucking playing terrible, but that's my squad. But I'll never hear that shit here. All I hear is, get off my team. Nigga, what the fuck? If you live here, you gotta be a fan. Fuck you. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm not a fan of fucking snow. I'm not a fan of fucking skiing. I'm not a fan of fucking pho. I'm not a fan of fucking fan of what else am I not? I'm not a fan of fucking green chili from half you motherfuckers. I'm not a fan of pork in my goddamn chili. I'm not a fan of like nigga, as you see, I'm not a Rockies fan. I love the Avalanche. I'll give y'all that.
All right. There
but that's because I started
all
watching that when I moved here again. So I'm just saying, y'all don't. Scrolling. That's the first rule. First rule of etiquette is that shit ain't got nothing to do with you. Keep fucking scrolling. Acknowledge that you don't like it. Make your own damn posting. Then go rant on your own fucking wall about what you saw. But get off of people's shit. Just forcing your thoughts and shit into something they just. And then I hate this argument. Well, if you didn't want to hear what everybody had to say, then don't put it on social media. Motherfucker, again, keep scrolling.
Right.
Keep scrolling. People put on every day and didn't want to hear what the fuck you had to say. Like, what the fuck you mean?
Tell us you don't have tell us you don't have self-control without telling us you don't have self-control. Right. That's really what it is.
It's the weirdest shit ever. Y'all are so fucking weird, and it's attention seeking. What it is. It all ties into the same shit. You just have to be heard. You just have to say something, even if you sound fucking ridiculous. Even if you just chiming in just for the sake of trolldom, just for whatever, just the sake of having some kind of just a little bit of attention for that little second. So here's the thing. We were talking about people that like say things and aren't really close to you, right? So I know for a fact I speak to maybe 3 people on a regular basis. And this is not including my business partner. We talk all the time. So this is something different. I'm talking about outside of business. 3 people in my personal life who I speak to all the time. They're not family. And they're not half you motherfuckers. These are people who are the only people I would expect to even know what's remotely going on with me. Like, and it's like and they're not even on social media. Most of them don't even really be on social media like that. I think one of all these people has an actual social media page. Y'all be so damn confused because I don't fuck with my daddy. So if you fuck around and hear something from that guy, it's like, you don't know where you got that information from. Like, where'd you get that from? I guarantee that's some hand-me-down shit. You ever hear my dad reporting something about me, he done got that shit from somewhere else and got that shit through the grapevine. Don't trust it. It's probably not accurate.
Right.
So if it ain't my mama, my sister, my brother, like, and I mean blood brother. I mean the people who should be in my room at the hospital. I mean, like, I'm gonna keep talking about that because y'all motherfuckers is weird with that shit. So if anything happens to me, I don't even expect half you motherfuckers at my funeral. Understand, I have left instructions. And I actually was gonna do a skit about this, but it's been too much death around me for me to be able to take this as lightly as I was when I wrote it. So it actually turned out to be Slap was gonna do a whole thing, and then we was gonna, because my bestie works for a funeral business, so we was gonna do a whole thing where Slap was basically leaving behind certain shit. That was gonna be the case, making light of death and funerals. Now is not the time for that, so I won't be doing that. I understand it's not appropriate. However, it gave me an idea. I am somebody who's very much a part of getting your last minute affairs and stuff in order, and I have left a list of people who bet not bring your ass to my guys. I don't give 2 fucks. Y'all heard it here first. I don't care if you never heard it anywhere else. If somebody else did it, then they stole my idea. I'll put it right there and say it now. I got a whole actual list that I have left behind. You fake motherfuckers that's going to be running your ass into my services trying to be acting like you seen. Don't post shit. It's my don't post shit, don't post list. Don't post up at my funeral. Don't post shit about me on social media. And there's a whole list of you motherfuckers that has already said, if this person posts about me, they are fake as the fuck because I don't fuck with them. And it's a list of the only people I actually fuck with, and then a whole list of the rest of you motherfuckers. So understand, if and when it happens to me, there will be no chance to be faking shit about these relationships here.
It's a cold ass common bond because there are those people out in the world that'll pop up like, oh my God, and I regret that I didn't this and this. Like, no, you had all the time in the world while I was here to
right, the audacity. I'm
do
looking at
whatever
people
bond and connection.
pulling out pictures from 2013. Like, oh my nigga, like, oh God, oh my God, that's my nigga. Nigga, what the fuck, yo? You don't got nothing recent. You pulling out pictures from 10, 15, 20 years ago, but that's your nigga to the point where you ain't got even nothing reason? Nothing.
Damn, my nigga, remember that one time we was in Skate City in 98? Good times.
It's ridiculous. What? Like, I don't understand what compels people to, like, just to show that, you know, like, some people, I get it. That's your person and y'all super close, but some people who are just clout chasing, pulling out a text from 2005 talking about, man, nigga, this was a flyer. They sent your ass a flyer and you responded. This is not the same. This is not the same. If you were just somebody that just be at the place and at the club or whatever, and every week and you see this motherfucker and you's actually a whole groupie, that's not the same. That's not the same. You can't do that.
I'll give y'all an example. We'll talk about somebody that everybody knows. Trev Rich. Now, I've known Trev Rich for years. We cool. We shake hands when we see each other. It's all love when we see each other. Matter of fact, last time I saw Trev, he was like, man, we ain't took pics together in several years. We got pics together and shit. And you notice y'all have never seen those on social media because it's just, you know, a bond between people who know one another. But God forbid something happen, I'm never gonna be like, you're never gonna see me online like, not my bro, he would want me to speak for him. Cause y'all niggas, some of you niggas look absolutely crazy doing that shit. And it's like, yo, you ain't even, did you talk to that man's mama? Did you talk to that man's whoever to see if that was cool before y'all did that bullshit?
These fools gonna come out the woodworks with my album and shit from 2007. Like, oh my God, I was your first fan. Oh God, I signed it. I used to love you at the Casbah. I know I ain't never been to say that, but I used to love you at the Casbah. Like, what? Again, if you not still fucking with me recently, don't bring up no old shit. Like, that's just fucking weird. Like, it's weird. And if you have to be the person that asks about that person, you probably shouldn't be the person posting about them anyway. Like,
9 times out of 10, that ain't your business to be
I'm like, it's
about,
a few people that hit my inbox trying to find out information about a couple of different situations, and damn it, first of all, they never got it from me. Gossip like that. That's the weirdest shit ever. Y'all, people who know me know I'll sit here and have no problem till I don't gossip about you. That shit is weird. That shit's fucking weird. But anyways, people coming up asking me if I know the business. I always know the business. People come tell me all the business. Why? Because they know it's not going anywhere. So yes, I am quite the vault. I got all sorts of people's business that I will never tell, but I know everybody's shit. But all that to say, it's not my space to pass it on to anybody else. It's none of my business. It's not for me to be like, let me fill you in. It's situations where fools was like, okay, something happened to so-and-so. So then here it goes. You see, prayers for so-and-so go up. So immediately my thing goes in. People are like, well, what's the background behind that? I'm like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. There's prayers going up. So just pray like everybody else and keep it pushing. I've never, as a church person, felt the need to ask somebody, hey, what's the background on this nigga that we praying for, man? Like what's the... I know they done ask for prayer warriors, and I see people saying prayers up, but I mean, I really need to know what happened. Like let me get the background before I give this dude my prayers. So it's like, I've never been that person. So I don't see the use of needing to know all the information. Either you gonna pray for me and hope I pull through or not. Like, why do you need to fucking know what happened? It's none of your business. It's really not. And on top of that, all you can do is step on toes in my actual family that's trying to get my shit together once you find out. So it's like, bless the hearts of everybody that jumped in my inbox who thought they needed to immediately jump online and, oh my God, they already expressed to me that they didn't even know what the hell was going on. You had to ask me, so you had to ask around to find out what's happening, but yet here you are posting some shit for everybody else to see, to catch these people up on. And I don't get it. Like, what makes you the bearer of bad... The bearer of bad news. Like, I don't get it.
I went through that with a white woman in Colorado who she had a page dedicated to Elijah McClain, and you know, a couple of people had asked me to step in at one point because what happened was this woman set up a GoFundMe. She did not contact Elijah McClain's mother or father. And when I confronted her and I said, you know, hey, if this GoFundMe ain't going through them, you need to shut this shit down. Oh well, some a cousin in Texas said I could do it, and I'm like, is this the cousin in Texas? Is that their child,
Right.
or is it this boy's mom and this boy's father?
Right.
Otherwise, take this shit down. And she did this whole argument. It's just crazy how y'all want to be the first in positions that y'all not even supposed to fucking be trying to attempt to be first in. It's weird that y'all do that shit.
I'm waiting on the people that I stopped fucking on to be crying. I wish I could do my shit like King Jaffe. King Jaffe Jofer had the best setup, and I know we're saying right now from the topic. We're gonna get back to it. I'm just saying really quickly. King Jaffe had the best idea ever in Coming to America too. When he had his funeral while he was still there up. And was still able to see who came, he was able to hear what was said. Because I'm so curious as to who has the audacity and what the fuck do you really have to say?
Surprised, man. You'd be surprised.
It'll be all the pieces that you don't fuck with no more. It'll be all your side pieces. It'll be the people that you used to date, and all of a sudden they're crying, and you was the one, and all this extra bullshit. That'll be that happens. It'll be people being all extra ridiculous and all that, and want to bring up the fact that they ain't talked to you in years, but use that as a reason to draw attention to themselves because, oh my God, I should have called you.
We should have did it one more time.
That's just dumb.
I've seen y'all niggas really do that. Or I've seen women do it too. Oh my God, I can't believe you gone. I was ready to show you what I'm working with the next time. Whoa, lady, excuse me. His mother and his kids, his dad. People can see this shit. You're not supposed to do this shit in front of people. What the fuck is wrong with you? I didn't like. Who the fuck does that?
We're gonna have to actually come back in the next time and maybe talk about, because this is about bad funerals. It's a thing. It's a thing. I've been to some bad funerals. Like it's. We're not gonna stray too far right this second, but I have been to some bad funerals, and they're all here, and you guys know the people that conducted them, and you know the people that did the services, and you know the walks that they did to get the caskets.
if you know who remixed "Wind Beneath My Wings," you already know what it is. Oh. And then she added everybody in the funeral's name on that ending.
Man, it's some that's just terrible. But all that to say, guys, back to the social media thing. The reason that this is so like kind of around death and different things is because these are announcements that y'all are not allowed to make these announcements for people. Like,
it's not y'all's place.
It's not okay. I don't think it's okay for people to attend funerals and go live at the funeral. Like, never, if the family did not hire a service to show the services to everyone, I think it's bad etiquette when I see people going live at a funeral. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you live at these people's memorial just for the sake of saying that's my dad? Like, really?
Yeah, don't ever.
This, like I said, the celebrityism and the people that believe they know you, they have a right to treat you like celebrities. Like the celebrity life sucks. Yeah. It really sucks. You got people constantly in your face, constantly in your business, constantly feeling the right to tell other people your business. People constantly feeling like they can speak up about the things that you're doing. Because why? Because I follow you.
Yeah.
Because I watch you. I like what you do. So that gives me the whole right to tell all your business and be in your business at all times and insert my opinion into your life.
And that makes y'all feel like it's a direct access thing. It's absolutely not, man. Just because it's out there, it doesn't mean everything is meant for you to speak on. I didn't had someone come on a post and all men cheat this and that, and I go, what? I've never cheated. And I forget what she said, but it got to the end where she said, well, then just exclude yourself from this. And I was like, motherfucker, is that not what I did when I said I don't cheat? That's me excluding myself. But y'all have this high level of audacity where y'all feel like y'all can say anything to anyone because y'all are not used to being in a social setting where someone, if you were to say something so sideways to them, can look at you and go, who the fuck are you talking to? It's not enough of that going on social media. It's not enough people saying, who the fuck are you talking to?
Well, you can't anymore because you're going to wind up in Facebook jail. Like, I'm in Facebook jail for nothing. So that. I'm afraid. Like y'all, I really am probably not going to turn my accounts back on. Like, this podcast is one of the only reasons y'all still see me with social media accounts because I'm this close to retiring. for poetry. I got a couple more people I gotta check with to make sure everything is cool, and then I'm gonna fall back and let the next generation do what they want to do and step in and take my foot, take my shoes, or whatever the fuck we want to say, fill my shoes, take my sips, whatever they're gonna do, they gonna do it. I'm grown, I'm ready for my kids to do what they gonna do, and I'm gonna sit back and coach them. So when I fade to black, very, very, very soon, I just don't want y'all shocked. I almost think this is almost motivation to just be like, to remind me that I'm about to leave social media. Like, I'm about to really turn these off. Like, this podcast airs on YouTube, so I really don't need Facebook like that. And I really don't need Instagram like that. Like, I can still do YouTube, but the problem is I got to tell somebody first that I'm going to YouTube, and that's the sad part. Like, I don't like telling y'all where I'm at anyway. So again, this podcast is probably the only, when this season's up, like, I don't know, we'll have to see on that. But I'm pretty done. I'm just over society, and I'm over giving society access to my life. Honestly, I'm one of the most private people that you would ever meet, but you will never know that because I got to live so much of my life in front of y'all just because I'm popular. I'm a celebrity or whatever the hell you want to call me, and it's just like, that shit sucks. I got people who like me to the point where they're posting weird posts and stuff and ambiguously or just insinuating that I died, that something happened. They did a whole post that was basically, they changed my face into some weird light skin, I don't know, whatever different kind of cartoon type thing, and then did this really, really nice words and stuff, almost eulogy style, about how nice I was. And I had been one of the nicest people they'd ever come in contact with. Had, past tense. So, of course, I get to get comments and people checking with me, checking with my family members, because they need to know, why is this in past tense? Who is this and why are they posting that? And how come it sounds like something happened to you? And are you okay?
See, Brody, you're, I hope you see this. I mean, you pay enough attention, clearly. You're a fucking creep, bro. Like, no, that shit was just...
I'm worried about the people who are responding, because I got one of the weirdest responses. One of the people who responded to his post asked me if I was okay, and then they sent, there was like 6 question marks behind it, but then they said out of nowhere, you have a lovely front yard. It was like, you have a lovely... Same sentence, like, are you okay? You have a lovely front yard. I'm fucking done with y'all, man. Like, I don't understand.
That's some creepy shit.
The fact that I have lived in, I don't know, I change houses like cars. I be bored as fuck. So I move a lot before I purchased my home. And so now that I'm in one spot and I'm not going anywhere, I feel some kind of way about people knowing where I'm at. And I've shared that with you. People don't know where I live for a reason. They never have, and I don't expect them to. So for now, all of a sudden, I'm getting people commenting on my yard and where I'm at. It's a little disturbing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. It's weird. And again, that's just more motivation to get my ass off social media, because I forget, all y'all ain't my friends. Yes, I'm sharing my whereabouts and, wheels up, I'm in Houston. Wheels up, I'm in wherever. Like, I've been kidnapped before, doing poetry before. I had to, luckily enough, people were in the vicinity for them to come and get me and take me to where I'm supposed to be. But yes, someone did show up at the airport and pose as the person that was supposed to come and get me in Atlanta. And I was actually in the home of someone who I wasn't supposed to be there. They were not supposed to come and get me. I had actually been low-key abducted. I was not supposed to be there. So, y'all, I can't do this with y'all just because you like what I do. Just because you think I do poetry well. I can't be getting kidnapped and people commenting on my yard and posting things just for the sake of, I don't know what that was. Attention? What do you, I don't know. I don't know. Just bad grammar gone wrong. It could have just been, he was just, I don't understand the posts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm a nice person, but I don't expect any of y'all to just randomly post my picture with a bunch of accolades. Okay? Like, I just don't understand. Like, my mama don't do it on my birthday. I don't expect y'all to do it just on a regular ass Tuesday. Don't post this is Ruckus and everything that's cool about past tense. It's just weird. I don't appreciate it, and I kind of just would rather fix this situation than wait for y'all to do right. I don't want to wait for Facebook to start recognizing sarcasm. I don't want to wait for y'all to start recognizing when it's okay to speak up on shit and stay out of business and jump in business and cause arguments and just really conversations. And it is just, it's exhausting. It's utterly exhausting.
I'm ready to shut down Messenger because I get folks who, number one, during the days of the week, I hate the question, do you work today? during the weekend, hey, do you have your son? 9 times out of 10, yes, to both. So when you hit me up in the middle of the day, you work today? Yes, I'm doing that right now. And just the audacity of people still, we keep getting back to that, to, in the process of me grieving and dealing with what I'm dealing with, folks who are like, I'm just trying to be here for you, or, want me to abandon certain responsibilities to just lay around and bullshit. And it's like, I ain't got that luxury or that time right now. And we both, we value our privacy. I only speak on what I want to speak on. There's a lot that I don't speak on, but when we have certain responsibilities and certain things that we have to take care of during the course of a day, we don't have the luxury of just dealing with y'all in a way that y'all want to communicate on social media. We just don't have that time sometimes.
Facts. And we're going to pause on that note because I know there's some other things that we want to talk to y'all about. So we're going to check out these comments, make sure we get our responses for y'all. And we're going to take this little break and be right back.
I think there wouldn't be anyone above anyone as there is now. There wouldn't be a certain people above someone in that meaning. There wouldn't be, laws that benefited someone else and didn't benefit another person. It would be all set where, we'd have this talk where it's everyone's equal, but it would actually be where everyone is equal and all held to the same amount of accountability no matter who you are.
Power of one in terms of community means to me allowing ourselves to be uncomfortable in order to be comfortable with each other later on.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the What Do I Know podcast. It's still your girl Rukus.
And your boy TREY SMITH.
We are here talking about social media etiquette and basically fouls and whatnot, and things you should and should not do on social media. And so far we have talked about jumping into conversations that are really none of your business, spreading information that you really don't know what you're talking about, just basically gossiping and stalking and being and creep-like behavior. So far is what we've touched on. That sound about right?
Yeah, and you know what I realize is there's no age difference, and the reason I say that is when my father did pass, I found out that one of my cousins, who, number one, we never hear from this man ever unless he's in town and pops up for a couple days. During the process, there was no call of condolences, there was no visits, there was no attendance. There was none of that. And come to find out, this man was running around telling folks that my father passed of a blood infection.
Oh wow!
Which is not the case at all. For those of y'all who are close, y'all know now he passed of stage 4 COPD, which is something that at the time we all knew was coming. So we just kind of figured out the best way for us to deal with it. But for someone who's never around to see that he passed on social media and run around and tell people, well, this is what happened to him, and at no point in time you were there, again, that we talk about as far as being weird, just for the sake of saying, oh, I'm in the know of something. That's not okay, especially if you have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Exactly. There's ever a point where you don't have that information for any reason. If you have to reach out to someone to fill holes, then you should not be the person spreading that information and talking about things. It's like you know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
And it's like I don't know. But then again, I'm just gonna say that part as far as some people, because I know there are some people who are hearing this or looking at this and pissed off, like, I know more than that person, I know more than their family, because again, there are people who are family. I have people who are closer than my family who probably will know things. However, they know not to go jumping on social media saying anything about me just because I wouldn't go in social media. I'm not a person that's so social media driven that I need to tell everybody everything I do. I try to keep it to my performances and just enough to stay engaged with y'all. Like, I really don't want y'all in my business like that. Unfortunately, my personal and my business pages have fused. No matter what, my grandfather will not befriend my personal page. And so it's just certain people that I can't get them to make that switch and engage with my personal. I keep having to still posting things on my business page. So, and that's kind of where the line is, where y'all know what my daughter looks like. So it's like a lot of people know what my daughters look like now because of the fact that my personal and my business page are fused. But that's another reason I'm kind of cool on social media. Like, I might just need to cut it out just because it's weird ass people out there just follow what I do just for the fandom. I never thought about being. I'm an 80s baby. People knowing where you at all the time and being able to look at you in all your whereabouts, that shit was all out stalking. It wasn't even like...
Very much so.
It was not attractive. That shit was a whole crime. It was a crime to do this shit. So I'm just like, I grew up with things we're doing now as being a whole threat. I'm going to follow you as a whole domestic threat. Like, it was a fucking... You're not supposed to... What the fuck? So it's like now we're like encouraging people to follow me and show up where I'm at. And it's like... That's not my lifestyle. That's never been something that I've desired or wanted, like, ever. Like, never. Like, I've always been popular by default. Like, I never chased being popular. It's the vibe. People like me, it is what it is. And if you hate me, I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. But either way, people still are curious about me. Whether they love me or hate me, they still want to know what the fuck I'm doing, which is weird. People are weird. And the main people talking about what I'm doing with me. And spreading all the wrong information. So that's just weird.
Some of y'all be telling some terrible ass information.
Terrible
too.
information.
Saying shit that I don't even be mad at some of the shit that y'all say. I really just be like, oh, word? That's, man, all right. I guess I was there.
I don't know. I heard I was all sorts of threesomes and stuff. Like I've never done a threesome with two guys, but I heard about it. I've heard that I have. I've heard that I've been in all sorts of shit. I'm like, well, I guess I need to see the footage. And like, I wish somebody would have took pictures of something because none of this sounds familiar to me. These things that I'm hearing about myself. I was like, I don't know if these are just fantasies gone awry or just conversation. People just believe things and it just turned into something else or what. But I've heard some crazy things about myself. Like, y'all are wild. So I just don't know if it's the imagination or what they believe you're capable of. And they just run with it. But y'all are fucking weird. And again, the same people who are spreading these things are the people who have no fucking clue. Have no idea.
And I think I don't know. Because it's like, y'all are getting this information from people who 9 times out of 10 don't even have that kind of access to us. So where you getting that information from is beyond us. You know, y'all listen to a story from somebody who I ain't heard from this motherfucker in years, and they'll tell you all kind of shit about me, and I'm like, damn, where was I at for all of this? And usually I'm in the house. So,
Bessie's in the chat. I love you back. I'm trying to follow up the thing. I'm in Facebook jail, guys. Again, I'm sorry about the comments, Drake. Trey's gonna have to kind of help me out a little bit more. I didn't even have my phone on because it's just pissing me off. I tried to share life with everybody. I got nothing but a bunch of stuff from Facebook. Like, bitch, we said you in jail. So I just don't have it. I'm being hated on for about another week or so. So I'm like, sorry guys, next week's show. But yeah, this is like, so, and that's nothing. My bestie just went through this. I mean, well, sadly, he has to go through this often because his family has lost quite a few people. My heart and prayers go out to them because they keep losing people in that family. But last year, somebody that we love dearly passed away. And the town loves her, you know what I mean? And it's Pearl. You know what I mean? I called her Pearl. That's who I knew her as. I knew her as Pearl. So that was my heart. Town loved her as well. Pearl was involved in a lot of things. She was a curator to Taste Teas, and she gave a lot of people their starts in this town in a lot of different avenues. So, but it's a lot of people who, again, they went to a situation where we had to run into get off of social media because you're not the person that should be talking about these things. Like, you weren't authorized to do these things. We don't want you speaking this way. Nobody checked with the family. And again, it was just one of the situations where, like, everybody's arguing over who's allowed to post what because they know I knew Pearl. She was my bartender for whatever, and so I love Pearl. I followed her, whatever, and she used to dance my thing, and with that, so I loved. No. So it's just like, no, you do not get to do these things. Like, you do not get to decide. Well, I don't know. Do you? Who gets to decide how important you are in far as in that person's life to be allowed to speak up on what's going on with them? Because, like I said, I left a fucking list. I left a list.
We're not bullshitting. We got a list. But I feel like it still falls within the family's wishes. You know what I mean? You don't. I get that we all have different personal relationships with certain people, and grieving looks different for us as far as how we choose to deal with it and go forward. But if there are certain things that, if it falls all the way back to the family and the family is saying, hey, don't do this until we say so, then you automatically, again, you owe them that courtesy out the gate as far as if this is someone that you really are a friend with and love and care for and all of that stuff.
I would just say if you've already checked with that person's best or next of kin, like, you know, if you really deal with that person tough, then you know who they fuck with. You know who their right-hand man is. You know who their family is. So I would say run it through their family. Run it through their bestie. Run it through that person and say, what are your thoughts, you know what I'm saying, or how do y'all feel about this before you take it upon yourself to be the one posting? Because they might say, okay, cool, we get it, they loved you like that, it's cool, we understand it's you. You might get that pass. You might get your ass cussed out and be like, look, thought, he was just fucking on you on the side. He really ain't somebody that we people really want, you know, to know that he even dealt with you like that. So it's a lot of people who, and it's sadly, Colorado, you just might be that person. It's a lot of you motherfuckers that's you decide, bitch. You decide, nigga. You whatever, and you really don't need to be speaking up on anything because you're gonna blow somebody's whole life up because you're not even supposed to be like associated with them or affiliated. So how dare you be on here crying on Beyonce's internet like about somebody's death?
Yeah, I'm petty in that sense. I'll say it. My son's mother can't come to my funeral now. Early on in life, that I had said that, most folks would have been like, "Ah, man, that's harsh. I mean, you loved her at one point in time." Until people got the experience of it, and then they were like, "Oh, we get it. We completely understand why you would say that." So some of y'all gonna be watching like, why would you say that? However, y'all gonna be like, "Oh yeah, we get it." So
I don't care. I left lists. Like I said, for those tuning in and late didn't see the first half of it, I left a whole list for you motherfuckers. If anything happens to me, check with my daughter, because she has a list of people who are not allowed at mommy's funeral. And she has a list of people who had better not say not nan word about her on social media. And she has a my mama don't fuck with you list. I promise you she does. Guys, we're tight like that. I gave my daughter a my mama don't fuck with you list just in case something happens to me. And bestie, I'm going to make sure you get a copy. Because I need to make sure somebody's the enforcer. My sister's too nice. My sister's too nice. She might just see my sister letting people go ahead and come to that because she let people that I can't stand come to just master degrees parties and shit when I said they was banned from that. So I know she gonna let them come when they call themselves grieving. And I'm pretty sure that everybody I done ever put one of my body parts on is gonna bring their ass out of the woodworks.
Oh, shit.
Trying to claim that they was special to me. Wasn't. You ain't. You nigga, you don't. You weren't. All right.
Peace, love. I'll never have it this good again. Not like this.
Oh damn, I'm petty as fuck. That list though, I swear to God, y'all. And there's some of y'all that really probably thought you was good. That probably thought you was in the clear. Y'all gonna probably show up with a group of people thinking it's gonna be a fucking group entry and shit. Like it's some goddamn admission at the club. It's gonna be bouncers and everything. Like, sorry. Specifically says you are not allowed here. So just understand. There will be a list to check your name. My shit's gonna be popping. I don't talk to y'all because, like I said, celebrityism. Y'all niggas coming out the woodworks for no fucking reason, just to read dumbass poems and shit you've been hanging on to. Real talk. I think that's what's gonna happen. Like, that's what I said. I wish it was King Joffrey. I would do my shit like King Joffy just so I could sit there and sit up like, oh, hell no.
Mm-hmm. Man, they look real
How
nice.
dare you.
Oh, you go, Open the door, get your ass out of here.
I want to talk to y'all about, like I said, I want to go back to the jumping into conversations that have nothing to do with you.
Oh, that's rampant on social media.
I was looking at these things, like my main thing right now is just football. Like I said, I'm arguing with a bunch of dummies who don't really know the sport. If you know the sport, I'll engage. This will be funny. And it's like, I'm really just trolling because I don't even care like that. Like nothing you say is going to change me ever. Like I'm ever, but it's just fun to pick at people who really get emotional about these things. Like I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't care about any of these things. Like I just like trolling people for the sake of, because it's fun. I don't play. I don't get upset about things that don't affect me personally. If I didn't suit up, I didn't fucking run that yard, I didn't fucking do that fumble, I don't give a fuck if you won, if you lost, if you none of that. That's why I don't gamble. So I refuse to be emotionally invested in these things. I refuse to be financially invested in some shit that I have no control over. It's ridiculous. Like, it's just not my thing. But stay out of shit if you don't know what you're talking about. Y'all look damn dumb. It's a person who jumped into a conversation earlier, and me and him were talking about, he said he doesn't like when people say, remind you. I guess somebody in conversations, he keeps telling people, he's like, I don't like the phrase remind you. Because, you know what I'm saying, it insinuates that you already know the story before I say it. So I'm like, man, so here's the thing. It's not, the term isn't remind you. It's just mind you. Like, keep in mind. And it's just making sure it's accentuating something about the point of what you're saying. And so this girl actually jumped in and was like, okay, so remind me. Basically, she used remind you wrong. You know what I'm saying? She used remind you in the same way that he was saying, and trying to make her point to say that this is actually the way that the phrase goes. So it's like, so now I find myself arguing with someone dumb, trying to explain to them what mind you means. What mind you means. And she's really trying to tell me that mind you is just remind, is fucking apostrophe M-I-N-D. And this is the shit that I'm arguing with this dumb shit. And like I said, I'm on social media. I'm sick of y'all. That's just why I'm going to get off of social media. Because not only do y'all not know when it's okay to say shit, y'all don't know what to say anymore. You don't know who to say it to. And it's all wrong. Every choice you make is wrong. For me too. Like, I can't have regular ass conversations anymore. Is what I said. If regular conversations land me in jail. So it's time for me to just walk away.
2 with 1 O and 2 with 2 O's be kicking y'all's ass. I know that much.
Man, everything kicks y'all's ass. Again, past tense and present tense is currently what's kicking my ass right now. Like, I'm still here. Part of the reason I had to make sure I came to this podcast was just to make sure that I'm still here. Because the rumors that something fucking happened to me because somebody posted a fucking eulogy. So here I am in the flesh, alive. Like, oh my God, y'all are.
Buddy, you still weird. I ain't gonna let that shit slide. Not never. I bet not ever see you actual ever in real life.
I'm just mad at the people who believed it. It's like, I don't get it. Like what? People who's credible? Like, how do you determine who's credible on social media when you see people posting shit? Because when people told me about Coolio, it took for 3 people? I think I needed about 3 people to all say the same shit before I said that's a whole lie. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even believe what was said to me till it was validated by several people. Like,
I don't believe in it. I don't be believing it until TMZ say it, because you know if TMZ say you dead, you dead. So that's just
TMZ
proof.
is the truth.
TMZ's if TMZ say you dead, you dead.
I'll allow it.
Remember when they was like Michael Jackson dead, and they said that shit at like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning? They ain't announced it till 4 something in the afternoon. Nah, TMZ was like, yeah, he's already gone, you know.
Their TMZ's rude as shit for that. TMZ is like the epitome of the people I hate is on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Like, what's wrong with y'all? What the hell is wrong with y'all? Y'all be posting, like I said, RIPs a week in advance. Like, oh my God. No, like, that's not okay. Like, let's just wait to see. Let's try to get some positivity around this. Let's try to get some, some positive spirits behind all of this before we just get to the RIP and the spreading the business and especially if they don't even know you like that.
And then y'all be mad when somebody's like, take it down or don't do this and that. Well, so-and-so said, well, who the fuck is so-and-so? I'm looking dead at the camera. Who?
Facts.
Who?
I saw that. I saw that a lot.
It's so-and-so.
I see that with pretty much every death announcement or bad thing announcement or everything that's happening that happens in town. Half of the town is is grieving and posting shit, and the other half is cussing their ass out about them not having the right to do so. And the shit is just like, I just be
Who
saying
the fuck is so and so? Is all I'm saying. Like you ain't gave a name, and then y'all be mad as shit when someone is like, well, who's so and so? You know what? Fuck it. I don't need this. I'm gonna just take it down. Yes, you should. You
didn't fuck with them. It's just funny.
That's
Everybody
the
get them
weirdest
little
shit ever.
Joe Clark cuss outs. Everybody like, so and so didn't fuck with Joe because you didn't take care of your responsibilities. That's how that shit be looking. That's how y'all be turning into when y'all be like, yeah, I'm gonna post this because so and so's my homeboy and he cared about me and we was friends. And then here come his sister, like, that so and so didn't give a fuck about you because you didn't. That's how y'all look. Y'all look straight Joe Clark. Y'all look like a goddamn real live lean on me.
Y'all really do.
Lean on me. It's social media style, getting cussed out left and right, just speaking up on shit and looking dumb because not a person in their life knew you. That's the weird shit. So it's like, that's why it's not the place for side chicks and all that shit to be out there speaking your mind, because you're a whole fucking secret. You you might have a baby and shit and the world don't know about you. Nobody knows. And just keep it to yourself because you gonna look fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. Posting that shit like that was babe, because now what? Now you can post all these pictures and be like, everybody can then cuss your ass out for being like Jezebel or whatever on the side. And just keep it to yourself. Just understand you have that relationship and just keep it. Keep it to yourself. It's a whole to sit there, just something happened about, oh my God, what happened to so-and-so? I sucked his dick in 2020.
I've seen that. I've literally seen that.
Oh my God, I just fucked on him. He died. Oh my God, I just fucked on him. Y'all,
you said you wasn't gonna show me that I was ready for the next time. I wasn't gonna be scared to suck the. Hey, whoa, wait a goddamn minute! Like,
it's a shame.
And that's part of my rules too. I don't know what social media is gonna look like when I'm, but I don't put my dead hand on there. Don't put nobody holding my dead hand on there. Please don't do that shit. That shit is so weird. Don't do that. Don't talk about some nasty shit we did in the park in 2007. Don't, remember that one time we pulled it over and fucked it? Like, don't do that. Please,
there should be 5 people posting anything about me because I fuck with 5 people on a regular basis. Otherwise, you attended my poetry show. You supported something I did as an artist. Otherwise, don't come bring your ass running out of the woodworks about the conversation we had back in 2020 or whatever, for the real passing conversation. If we didn't fuck around like that, then just acknowledge that something bad happened to the chick, you know what I mean? And that's messed up, that's fucked up. Rukus was cool or whatever. She was a cool person. Don't bring your ass out there with the tears and the sob stories because you know you didn't fuck with me just because everybody else looks like they did. That shit's weird. This shit is weird. It's really weird. But that's how this town is. That's the part. You never really know what people, I don't know. People ain't used to giving roses and shit while they're here. They want to wait till you're gone and just make it look like everybody else see you get the bouquet.
Very much so. And it's like
it's like they don't give you your roses unless somebody else sees them give you that bouquet, believes in giving you your roses in this town, and that shit is fucking weird. This shit is weird. And then suddenly most things are given in debt. Exactly. So that's kind of how that all plays out. So that's just weird. This town is weird.
No, I completely agree, and it's weird that it plays out like that because like you said, flowers while they're there. That apparently that was too much for you to do, unless this person had some kind of celebrity or notoriety that you could hang on to and gain an experience from that, as opposed to just you fuck with this person because you fucked with them.
It's sad. I feel bad for all of us who are well known in this town. I'm gonna say the popular celebrity, the whatever you want to say, because there's a lot of y'all that get to live in anonymity, and that shit, I'm so fucking jealous. I'm so jealous of y'all that you can walk around, you can break up, you can get cheated on, you can do anything that normal people do and not be a topic of discussion in this town in little groups and social media. But for whatever reason, you're so interesting that everybody just needs to know and feels like they need to pass your shit along. And I feel bad for all of us who have any kind of name or notoriety in this town because it just puts us in this, we're already in a fishbowl, and so now it puts us in the castle. Now we in the fucking castle with everybody looking at you and everything you do, and the shit just fucking sucks. Like I cannot wait to fade to black, y'all. I really can't wait. This shit, y'all is weird. Y'all is weird because you spend half the time trying to figure out who don't love you, who really hating on you, who really just fucking faking just to be around you, who's actually fucking in this town. I've been in a room before where I'm in the room with people who, couples, they know each other.
Of course.
Always. That's always. I've been in a room where there's several couples where everybody's cheating on each other or whatever. And then several rooms where the people who are actually fucking the other person is actually in that room with the couples who are cheating. So, of course, they're all together and stuff. And then I know because I done fucked the person and the couple. So I'm sitting there laughing. I know you ain't gonna tell me I don't know because I was there. I was fucking part of it. So I'm positive y'all doing the fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'd be looking at this shit like, and then I look at everybody jump on social media and live these little happy ass kiki and lives and just be like hee hee ha ha, and the whole town just be happy and giggling and sniggling and like, oh, that's so cute. But guess what? The celebrity is it's the same chat group that's and the same people that's on your post talking about how cute you are and praising you and oh, y'all look so damn cute and oh my god, black excellence, black love. Bitch, I fucked you with him. I don't understand why you on this post. I'm looking at this post like, why are you on this woman's post? Because I fucked you and him at the same time, and I'm trying to figure out why you are on this woman's post talking about black love. The fakeness is real. The shit is so goddamn real, and it's just like I can't wait. I can't, and I can't stand this town. But the thing is, the celebrity in it, as soon as something happens to one of those people, everything's the shit gonna hit the fan because now it has to be known to everyone. That now it has to be, oh my god, I just fucked him and RUKUS.
I would fall
oh my god, that's what it's gonna be. That's what shit turns into because the town is all it's all good once to get you some kind of attention, some kind of spotlight, some kind of whatever. But I promise you, when something happens to me, that's gonna bring all my little hoes, ex-hoes out the woodworks to all complain about how they should have been the ones. Because when I got married, they came out the woodworks.
Oh, Lord,
they got men and they was all in my face the whole marriage. And when I got divorced, everybody's gone. Everybody's missing and everybody's around. So I just been chilling for the last couple years, whatever. But the thing
that
is,
should have been us, queen.
Exactly. Oh, you just went out and married on a nigga.
Is that what happened?
Is that what happened? So yeah, it's just weird. All my threesome chicks vanished. It was just a lot of things. Like all my little unicorns and stuff vanished and all that fun shit.
Damn.
But nah, they all in different relationships. So I'm telling them, come over here, bitch. No, I'm good. But all that to say, y'all are weird people. Like I love this town. I'm like that's why I've been asked to move to Atlanta as well as to Houston. I have not done so, because I love my town. But at the same time, I can't stand y'all, man. Like I hate y'all so much. Like I just hate I hate the way that we treat each other. Like we do not respect each other's privacy. We don't respect each other's relationships. We don't respect each other's choices of teams. We don't expect shit. And we just expect everything to be, I don't know.
If you don't like what I like, I don't like you. And that's weird. Like if it's okay for us to have differences in opinion. It's okay for us to not like the same things. That's what makes us different individuals and uniquely us. I probably saw that shit on a Mr. Rogers Neighborhood thing, what I just said. But I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with being unique individuals. I don't want nobody to act like me, and I don't want to act like nobody else. I like who I am. I'm comfortable in my skin. I when I go in the room, I walk in that room like I'm supposed to be there.
But if you post it, then somebody's gonna have all the arguments.
Yeah, then I'm an arrogant bastard. And who does he think he is? He ain't even all. He don't know. Blah blah blah. I done been in settings where it was one of your poetry venues, and I forget what happened, but I'm leaving, and the person goes, "Yeah, y'all corny for that," and I'm like, "Who's y'all?" And you're not saying names, you're not saying who, but it's like, for those of y'all who don't know, the worst thing you can do to a black person ever is say y'all about a situation that got shit to do with them.
Facts.
Okay? That is the quickest way to make us snap our head, raise our eyebrow, and go, y'all, who the fuck do you mean y'all?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, please don't do that. That shit's mad annoying. That's the quickest way to me be like, all right, fuck you.
It is. It's just weird. Like, y'all are just weird. Like, I don't know. People like saying stuff because you think you know it. I think that, like, I don't know. Even if I had all the confidence in the world, even if I know some shit 100%, I am not going to be the one to get out there RIPing and oh my God and prayers up to so-and-so unless I have license from their family member who I know is close enough to them to make that judgment call. Like I said, don't reach out to my family asking shit because y'all don't know who I'm fucking close to. Y'all fucking around and reach out to the wrong family member and I ain't talking to their ass no fucking way. And that ain't really how I get down. And so, no, like if they gotta, no. No, don't pass shit along. If you have that information, keep it. Keep it to yourself. It's your whole little secret just for you to hold as tight as you can. I'm like, then when it's something where it's at the funeral and you sharing your story, there you go. You got 2 minutes to get up there and say whatever you want to say, and then share your respects. Say what you got to say when everybody else is. Otherwise, just hold your tongue till you see they mom say thank you for the support. They sisters say thank you for whatever. Until you see their act blood say something in social media, I do not feel that anyone should be saying something on social media unless you're family and everybody in the family already knows. And because even there's some family like, bitch, you wasn't like a cousin, that one cousin or whatever that like, oh man, that auntie that nobody really fuck with, but you gotta tell them because grandma's grandma, you know what I mean? But it's so it's just like, you wasn't close and she didn't fuck with you, but she still gotta know. So it's just like certain family, just, I don't know.
It's funny because the couple of people that everyone, as far as my pop's funeral goes, you have to tell these people, those are the people that didn't show up. And then had the nerve to hit me up after talking about some, why ain't nobody called me to see if I needed a ride? And I was like, what the dude, does that fucking make sense to you that I have to call you in the midst of everything I got going there? I'm planning all this stuff. In the middle of I got to call you to see if you need a fucking ride.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm busting in everybody's funeral late as fuck from now on. Ain't nobody told me nothing. That's me from here on out.
This how I got to find out.
Because I'm going off social media. I'm fading to black, guys. I swear to God. Like, I won't hear nothing. Like, and y'all don't call me. So basically, since y'all don't really fuck with me like that, and I'm going off social media, I'm not gonna know shit. So yeah, I'm gonna be that late motherfucker. If you passed away, I'm gonna have to hear it through the grapevine, or somebody finally text me, or somebody finally told me on the one line. I'm gonna go back to landlines and shit. I'm gonna go back to them. Somebody gonna have to actually hit me on the landline and let me know something happened to you, and I'm gonna come marching in your shit late as fuck. Ain't nobody told me nothing. That's it. That's like, because that shit, I'm just like, I'm ready to be that person. I'm so sick of social media. I'm so sick of y'all. I'm sick of being stalked and talked about and argued with. All these things that I invite into my life because I logged in. Because I had the audacity to be known. Because I had the audacity to have some kind of talent and stand on stage and say it. Now I have to deal with all the shit, all the backlash and everything that comes along with it because I had the nerve to be talented or successful. Or know one too many people. And so now everybody and their mama is either looking for my downfall or my demise, or to try to big you up on something just so they can get a little bit of spotlight off of your success. It's pretty much what this town does. And this shit sucks. I'm not gonna say just this town. I'm seeing it everywhere. Yeah. But this shit sucks. So.
And I don't think it's necessarily your audacity more so as it is their false sense of entitlement. I think it's like, I don't know why social media makes y'all feel like y'all are entitled to everybody's everything just because you're able to, I guess, somewhat see it in real time, but you're not entitled to that. People are still entitled to their space, and for you to stay on whatever side of the fence that they decide that you need to be on, and then boundaries are set, like, don't cross this shit over here.
Boundaries. There we go. I think that's a good note to wrap it up on. It all comes down to boundaries, guys. So people start doing a better job at saying what your boundaries are, and then everybody else do a better job at actually respecting the boundaries that are set for you, especially if you're not sure where the boundary is. Ask someone relevant and then act accordingly. So I think that's a good way to wrap up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, thank you guys for tuning in to the What Do I Know podcast. I'm Rukus. I'm at RUKUS 303 for a little while. I swear to God, I'm about to close everything. So, I mean, I'm really going to stop closing the show with that because y'all ain't going to be able to follow me anyway. Where you at?
Y'all can find me on TREY SMITH, Trey the artist page. Womack was here 83 Instagram, and again, I forgot my Twitter name because I get blocked for every little thing on Twitter. So if you ever wanted to watch the show on Twitter, sorry. So
come back next week, guys. Next week we're actually going to be joined by some educators. We're going to have the conversation finally to find out who knows more about raising kids, parents or educators. So this will be a good one. Make sure you tune in next week, guys. Same bat channel.
Peace.
Peace.